Hey everyone, welcome back to another New World video. I hope that everybody is having an absolutely fantastic day. In today's video, we're going to go over a little bit of money-making opportunities that you guys have now that the market has been re-enabled, so that now we can actually start listing and hopefully making a little bit more money than what we were before. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the markets and take a look at what you could potentially go ahead and sell. Now, do keep in mind that every server is going to be a little bit different, so I don't know what your servers are going to be like. So if you're not playing on what my server is, then this video might not necessarily always help you out, but it should give you guys an idea of what kinds of things you guys can go ahead and look for when you guys are on your server, regardless of what condition your server currently is in. So anyway, let's go ahead and just kind of dive right in. Now, one of the first things that I always like to take a look at is vials of Azoth. Now, I did kind of wait to just a little bit of time. This is probably about 7 hours after the market has been open, because I wanted to make sure that people listed the things that they were trying to sell, just so I had an idea of where the markets were headed and what things were kind of good. So one thing I always take a look at, regardless of what's going on, is vials of suspended Azoth. I always like to know where this is at. I always seem to have an abundance of it. So let's go ahead and kind of look at that. We got 71. Is it going to be the cheapest here in Everfall? Is it the cheapest everywhere else? Because that's going to be important to kind of get used to as the new update comes out, whenever that actually is going to happen. We thought it was going to come out this week. It still could come out this week. I haven't seen the announcement for it yet, and as soon as it does, I'll make sure that I go ahead and make a video for it. But you can see right now that somebody is offering for wanton. That's weird that it's showing wayward blanks, whatever, wayward blanks. But we got 71. Somebody's offering 60, and then we got 96 at 60 as well. The next one's at 54. So I would probably actually go ahead and take this 60 deal, just because there are 97 available. So if you guys have some extra ones, go ahead and sell it. You can see that I currently have 62 in my inventory. That is just on me, and I know that I have at least probably 40 more at least in other places around the map that I have listed for sale, that I know that probably haven't sold recently. I've listed for a huge cost, just to see if somebody was I don't want to mean this in any disrespect, but dumb enough to actually pay that much for it instead of traveling somewhere else. But I'm not going to list these, because that's not what I'm really interested in, but that's something that you guys can go ahead and take a look at. The other thing that I always go ahead and take a look at are eggs. Eggs are an extremely great commodity. Not very many people seem to really want to go after these, but almost in every place that you go around the map, there is an abundance of turkeys, and that's how one way of you're going to get your eggs. The other way that you guys can actually go ahead and get your eggs is actually just finding turkey nests. And just a little bit south of where we're currently at in Everfall, Starstone, where you guys go ahead and actually create the expedition, there's a ton of turkey nests in that entire area. Now, if you guys want to see the exact locations for that, I made a video on that. I probably won't link it down in the description, but make sure that you guys are watching all of my videos if you guys want to make sure you guys know all of those locations. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. Another really good one is always garlic. Now, I've been watching garlic for an insane amount of time, and this thing doesn't actually, a lot of the herbs don't really ever change that much in significance and price, which is kind of interesting to me. These are really easy to get. You can get all different kinds. It's all going to depend on what territory you actually get them from. But Everfall is one of the easiest places to actually go ahead and grab garlic. Any herb spot that you guys see, go ahead and grab it. There's a chance that you're going to get it. You're also going to get oregano from this area as well, which actually does sell for a pretty good amount of money as well. So we can actually take a look at that. Selling for 240 roughly here in Everfall, and that's going to be the cheapest value. This has actually come down just a little bit ago compared to when I just looked. I believe it was like about 270 probably about 20 minutes ago. So somebody either has gone out, which it doesn't really seem like somebody, or somebody had hoarded them and then just came online, which that kind of makes that very obvious for me, because of 1 day, 1 day, 3 days, 3 days. So like these top few all just kind of posted recently, and maybe I just didn't see this one, and that's very possible. So there's always that. Doesn't look like there's anybody buying any or anybody selling any right now or whatever, but we could take a look at that a little bit later. There's always seems to be an issue with the storage in this game. You always have to go to your storage facility before you should look at the market if it's something that you guys want to go ahead and buy. Tarragon is another one that's always outstanding to buy. I don't know why people are doing this right now, and it's got to be the same person. There's a lot of herbs and just things in general, specifically food, that people are way undercutting the entire market. Now, this is going to sell really fast, so the average price on this is going to be, about $18 per tarragon. Even like 3 weeks ago when I first moved to this server, it was selling for about 24 and I was getting it. So this has dropped down a little bit, but one of the best places to find this is actually in Reekwater. It's one of the only places that you guys can actually find this. So there's a little bit of hint and tip for you guys for that one. But herbs are such a great way of getting it. Plus anything that you guys get for the Hyssop that you guys can actually go ahead and grab, which is going to be the majority of what you're getting. It sells for very little amount of money, but you can make something on it. Or if you guys are trying to level up your arcane, you can actually go ahead and use this with just water to get the simplest health potion that's out there. And it's a very easy concoction to go ahead and make. And I highly recommend that if you're trying to level up your arcane, that's a really easy way to go ahead and do it. Because if you collect herbs and want to go after herbs and actually sell a lot of them, just because that's kind of what I do and that's where I've made my money. And if you actually take a look at it, it's kind of hidden up in the upper right hand corner, but it says a little over 37,000. So I was able to basically put stuff on the market right when the markets came on, and it pretty much all sold. I don't think, besides my things that were actually up there for active orders, the boiled potatoes are the only thing that I haven't sold all of them of. Otherwise, like everything else, like I put my wood planks up there for basically $3, sold them instantly. My eggs, listed 14. There's 6 of them that are left here, it looks like. We have got tarragon. Let's see, look at that. There's tarragon right there. I sold 21 at 20, almost 22. Star metal ingots, because I'm trying to level up my engineering and I don't need to keep all the star metal. You can kind of see the things that I get involved with, and then every once in a while I'll get to try to get legendary Shadewalker gear. That's just what I'm trying to get with full dexterity. That's what's the build I'm trying to work on. And whatever I don't get, then I try to actually go ahead and sell it on the market, and you can see that I made basically 10 grand off of that. Not quite, but pretty close. The diamonds and all the other stuff, and this stuff is all before the shutdown of the market as well. But yeah, boiled potatoes is the only thing I've got left. The only one that I'm really curious about seeing if we can actually sell it for a decent amount of money that I don't know of right now is food. And I'm really curious about this. The Hearty Meals. How much are these selling for? $1.50 a piece. These are super incredibly easy for me to make, and I'm actually going to get more into a cooking video, because cooking is extremely easy to go ahead and upgrade, and you can make a lot of money, not only from the herbs that you're going to go into gathering from the abundance of extra ones that you get, but if you guys go out and collect like broccoli and cauliflower, salt is a really good one. Salt sells for just an insane amount of money. If we take a look at some of these, so just regular salt, there it is. You can see $17, right? Cauliflower. We look at cauliflower here, almost $5. The other vegetable that sells for pretty good is an onion. That's at $6. Incredibly easy to go ahead and sell them. Now, string beans, a lot of people actually get these because a lot of them, you can get this from Reekwater by doing the Sirens farm, and that's why one of the reasons why string beans are actually incredibly cheap. But it's also very easy to go ahead and get string beans as well, especially if you're running the chest. I mean, a lot of the provision chests and a lot of the smaller chests that you're probably going to get the string beans from, you can gather once an hour. So these do not need to be elite ones, but if you guys are doing the elite siren farm where you're going between 3 of the elite bosses, there's a couple provision chests right there, and they do restock every hour. So depending on how long you're going to be doing that route for and how long you're going to be trying to work on that gear score, you can easily get a lot of these, and you can use these as a chef or just go ahead and sell for a little extra on the market. And a majority of the things that you're probably going to make a significant amount of money on the market are probably going to be between that that 50 cents to probably about $2. So if you can find kind of things in that range, it's probably going to be your best moneymaker. Broccoli, I can get thousands of this very quickly. I have a great spot for this. There's a lot of actually really good locations for broccoli as well, but am I going to be able to sell all 1,000 of them? And is it a good idea to put all 1,000 on the market? No, it definitely is not. But I can take a look at my storage that right now I currently have at least 100 on me, because I was going to go at 300 on me. And I've got like another 400 sitting in my storage up in Brightwood as well. So it's really not that complicated to get some of these items. And broccoli is one of the items that you can use to make these hearty meals. So you can kind of double back with it. Now, I can't, you can make $1.50 on these, but you can make, you know, however many you want with this. Now, broccoli about a week ago was actually worth more than $1.50, at least on the server that I'm on. So always take that into account, but always be looking for different opportunities that you guys have, especially in whatever crafts and trade skills that you're currently working on. Now, my cooking is almost all the way up there. It's at 186, but I mean, I'm so close anyway. I'll probably easily get this done tomorrow. But hearty meals, you can start doing at 150. The satisfying meals you can do at 100. And people are always looking for those. And it's a great idea to always have them on you, because you should be eating consistently and constantly with whatever you're doing here in New World anyway. But hopefully that gives you guys a good idea or indication of things that I look for each and every single day here on the market that you guys can actually dig into and dive into as well, and hopefully make good money on your server, because those things, even on my last server that I was on, were selling for an incredible amount of money. And that's where a majority of my money has always come from, is selling those specific items. But hopefully this helps you guys out, and if it does, make sure that you guys go and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing, because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.